August 23rd, 2010. We're at home. The phone rings. I answer it, and it's Dr. Thompson from Texas Children's Hospital. And he said, I need to talk to you and your wife together. Man, you know, your heart just starts doing crazy things. When your kid's doctor says something like that, you don't know what's going to happen. We go in Kristina's room, actually, and shut the door, just Melissa and me, and sit on the bed, and I've got the phone on speaker. And I'll never forget these words that this doctor said. Mr. and Mrs. Barrett, I'm sorry, your daughter has cancer.
I feel good. I feel good.
How's your throat?
Well, I was feeling great. I've been eating right, training really hard, and feeling really good. And then Wednesday started getting sinus drainage. Woke up in the morning with a cough, sore throat, all of that, and it's gone down into my chest. I'm trying to knock all this stuff out. I think it's kind of good to have full lung capacity. Climbing a mountain, scaling at 10,000 feet, be nice to be able to breathe. This is some of the stuff that I'm packing. I'm just going to pack up my backpack here with a lot of this stuff. What do you think? Looks like something from SNL, huh? These are really cool. These are stormproof matches. Some gaiters. These are goes around your legs down here. Keep your legs dry. There's a bladder for water. Drink. And of course, I'm bringing her with me.
When my wife was pregnant with her, I would always talk to Kristina and say, hey, Daddy, it's coming soon, any day now, swim to the light. And so, I think she got used to my voice. And when she was born, they cleaned her up and all, and Melissa was in the bed, and she had her knees up, and they placed Kristina, to sit on her knees, and Melissa was holding her, and I was standing on to the side, and I said, hey, Kristina, and she turned and looked at me. I mean, her head was like a bobblehead. It was, kind of like that. And it's like she knew my voice, It was really cool, really incredible.
Oh, look, somebody just got, in honor of your trek to Mount Hood, in sweet, loving remembrance of Kristina, I logged 11,627 steps today. Prayers for you and the team as you start expedition tomorrow. Let's see if we can check in.
Yeah, I know many people suffer with anxiety and depression, and some is worse than others. There for a long time, I didn't know what an anxiety attack was. I had them, and I had no idea that's what they were. And it would be like trying to swim, trying to stay above the water, and it'd be real stormy, and I'm just trying to keep my head above the water, and I would just get exhausted and just sink, and I'd just sink into depression for 3 or 4 months. I remember the worst anxiety attack I ever had. I was in my our walk-in closet at home, and I was on the floor, and just every muscle just cranked up, and I was just wiggling back and forth, rolling back and forth, and just praying, just God, just whatever this is, take this from me. And not every one of them were that severe, but that one was. And I battled it for quite a while, up until even through Kristina's journey with cancer.
The Carmine dance.
I'm printing out the boarding passes now. We're actually doing this. Here we are. Going to Portland. Climb a mountain.
I can't do it anymore.
Kristina was so athletic, so active. She and her brother Jonathan were in karate together. She took gymnastics and we had a trampoline. She and her brother always wrestled. I came in one day and there was banging and stuff going on in the hallway and things hitting the walls, and I went and looked in there, and Jonathan and Kristina each had each other in a headlock, and they just looked at me and I'm thinking, are y'all fighting? And they just started cracking up laughing, and I just don't hurt yourself, and I just walked off, and they're just like wrestling. That was the kind of relationship they had. It was really, really tight. So when she came to me one afternoon and said, Daddy, my arm hurts. So I looked at it and did the daddy investigation, and said, well, I don't see anything. It doesn't look bruised or anything. Did you bump it or something? And she goes, no. So I said, well, pat her on the rear end, go back out and play. And the next day she comes back in, and I think she mentioned it to her mother. So I started looking at it real carefully, just kind of comparing both arms, and I noticed her right arm was a little bit bigger than her left. Like she worked out that muscle a lot more than she worked out the other one. It was just odd. So we took her to her pediatrician, and she didn't look at it for just a couple of minutes. She says, you need to take her to a specialist right now. So we took her to Texas Children's Hospital, and man, it was just like, it's all kind of blurry now. There's just one doctor after another, and it took them a while they finally came in and said, this is something, this is kind of serious. Hey girls.
Hi.
How are y'all?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Feeling better?
Nope. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. All right. No, I am feeling better this morning, but my ears feel a little clogged.
Well, climbing up 11,000 feet should help that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You want to say hello?
Hi.
So we're actually doing it. Are you still filming now?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna do this all day, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have anything in my nose? We're going to Hobby. Did you know that? You didn't tell her we're going to Hobby? You didn't tell her, did you?
No.
We're going to Hobby.
Are you really? Oh.
It's good. I'm good. Hannah, thank you. You be careful.
That was the worst thing that, well, no parent wants to hear that. Kid has cancer. It was like all the oxygen just all of a sudden was sucked out of the room, and you can't breathe.
Good, how are you?
I'm alright.
Can I put both bags in there now? Or one at a time?
Just one at a time.
You know, you think all these what if questions start flooding your mind, and you start thinking, well, what if she dies? What if my family falls apart? What if my other kids, have 3 other kids, Jonathan and Caroline and Catherine? I mean, what if they, what if their lives fall apart? What if they can't? What if our family just is destroyed from this? It's weird because you want to prepare for the worst, so your hopes don't get built up, but how does a parent prepare for this? You can't. You can't prepare for your child's death. There's no way.
Alright, so welcome to flight number 251. We're going to be a completely full flight tonight, so if you do see any missing.
So she goes through 5 rounds of normal chemotherapy, and which is really, we're going to send heavy doses of poison through your child's veins. And that's basically really what chemotherapy is. And I mean, it's a tough thing for anybody to endure, and it's a tough thing for a mom and dad to see your child endure. I remember one night, probably about 3 a.m, Kristina wakes up and she says, "Dad, I think I wet the bed." And it's kind of a reddish tint color to it. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, now she's got blood in your urine, and what's going on here? And so I jump up and I noticed the line, her chemo line had come undone, and it was actually the chemo that was leaking in the bed. And so I ran and got the nurse, and they came in, and all of a sudden it was, I mean, all hell broke loose. This guy comes in and it looks like an astronaut. I mean, they got hazmat coming in, and he's cleaning everything up, and I'm standing there in my socks and shorts and a t-shirt and thinking, what's wrong with this picture? And she said, we just changed, and I knew this, we had just changed the drug, the chemo drug. She said, if we hadn't done that, the other drug, that would have gotten on her skin would have burned her really badly.
Really quick flight, wasn't it? Now, if this is your final destination today, go out and enjoy the evening. Be safe out there. Come back and see us. Once again, thank you for flying with us. Welcome to Portland.
Man, I had to pop my ears bad coming down. Whew. Especially this one's hard to get open. Usually I can just, like swallow and pop, popping. With all this sinus junk going on. Man, I really had to blow it. This is Portland.
Took Melissa up here when we went up to Seattle and north up to Anacortes. That was October 04. So 12 years ago, yeah.
Take exit 302B to merge onto I-405 west toward US.
I was on medication for a good while for my depression, anxiety and depression. I know I needed it for a while because I needed to put myself in a place where I can really start concentrating on my thoughts. My thoughts were always so, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? Kind of worrisome thoughts. Then when your kid gets cancer, you have this fight or flight response, right? And that really activated with Kristina. But I couldn't do anything about it. I can't fight it. Daddy wants to protect his kids and keep them from harm, but I can't do anything about this. And you can't flee it. I can't run away from my family. So you got to sit there and figure something else out. I met Jeff 12 years ago here, and he's expedition leader. He's been up Mount Hood 3 or 4 times, and he's climbed every major mountain around here.
What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Expedition for Hope.
This is it. Yeah, I got your shirt at the hotel.
Well, I know you guys are looking forward to it. I know I have been.
Yeah, we're excited.
This is awesome.
We're so. Come sit down. We got another pizza coming.
Well, I'm glad you guys got that. I'm a little hungry. Probably get climbing no later than 11. Probably to high camp by 2:30 latest, and chill, take lots of photos, show you how to set up a tent. It's mental. Yeah, mostly all of climbing is just a mental game. So you just gotta keep your cool and plow on through and take your time. Don't get in a big hurry. If you have any questions, ask instead of doing something you regret.
So after 5 rounds of chemo, the bump in her arm went down a little bit. It was a soft tissue cancer, clear cell sarcoma is what it's called. It's a soft tissue cancer, and the tumor was located between her muscle and wrapped around her bone. So they did surgery after the chemotherapy, and they said there's different ways we could do this. We can go from one extreme to the other. We can just take the tumor off, he said, but that'd be like you got a bowl of pudding, and when you got a spoon and you're just scraping the pudding out of the spoon, but you're going to have residue left. You're going to have cancer left. He said, or we can take the bone out with the tumor from the ball of the shoulder down a few inches, take the bone out and replace it with a metal part, or we can take the whole shoulder off. So, we try to make a decision, a balanced decision. Here's a phrase that we had to deal with for a while. We had to concentrate on her quality of life versus how much treatment that we should put her through. So, and some doctors were, one doctor said, he said, well, she's gonna die, so you might as well just take the tumor out and not worry about it.
This is all about climbing. It's all about the climbing. Climbing is pain and pain is good. That's what they say.
That's what they say. All right.
Cool. Yeah, this is about the right size, dude.
Okay.
Sleeping bag's already inside, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let me show you something real quick. So what you do is you're gonna grab it like this, and you put a leg out like this.
Mm-hmm.
And you pull it up like this, on your knee like that. You put your arm in like this. You swing it around like that.
Okay.
That's how you donapack the right way, and you take it off the same way. Because if every day you're yanking this thing up like this and going like that,
Yeah.
your shoulder could rip the muscle in your shoulder.
Yeah.
I've seen people do it. Oh, ice axe. You ever seen people carrying ice axes the wrong way? Slinging a pack around and go, and you just got an ice axe stuck in your side. That would not be good.
Not this trip.
We decided just to take the bone out and the tumor, replace it with a metal piece. And she's right-handed, so it limited what she could do. She used to be able to play soccer, which throw the ball above the head kind of stuff. Of course, she was very athletic, and she couldn't do any of that stuff anymore. But it never stopped her from being the incredible kid that she always was. It just never has. I mean, her attitude was well, one of the things she said one time, we were sitting at the breakfast bar, she and I, and we were having a conversation probably about the day before, how her day was, and I told her, I said, Kristina, I'm really proud of you. And she said, why? She said, because you got cancer, and she was probably 9 or 10 years old at this time. But you don't complain very much. And I said, a lot of people complain about the things that they go through, things that they can't do. And she looked at me, and not even missing a beat, she looked at me and said, well, Dad, I try not to focus on the things that I can't do, and instead I try to think about the things that I can do.
We're gonna have a great day because the Lord is with us, and we're gonna make it the best day we've ever lived. Because if you have a day, you might as well make it a great one.
All right, it's time to go see Jeff, the leader, the fearless leader.
Tell us where we're going, what we're doing.
I don't know where we're going because he's filming and not looking at us. Seriously, which way?
Okay, we are heading to Jeff's house. We're gonna check and make sure that we have what gear we need. We're gonna meet with the assistant leader, Steve, and we're gonna head over to REI and pick up some rentals, make a few more purchases on items we need. Food's kind of important. I don't think they'll have Chick-fil-A up at the top.
Swimming, that's one of the things that she could do. Now she couldn't bring that arm over, but she would tuck her right arm over and she would just swim as fast as she could. And her first heat, she won. And it was incredible. She's 9 years old. The whistle blows, she jumps in and she's swimming with one arm, and there's 3 other girls, and she beat them, and she gets out of the water, and she didn't even know she'd won. Ran up to me, and she's jumping up and down, and I said, Kristina, you won. She goes, I did? She goes, yeah.
Where did that come from?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Before every heat after that, she would drink about a pint of Gatorade or water or something, trying to have to use the bathroom before. Great motivation. But that's the kind of attitude that she had. That was a spirit that she had. That's one that we all try to have.
Hi, I'm Kristina. The doctor said there are no side effects to this medicine. I don't know. What do you think?
Are you gonna fit in that?
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Morning, Jeff.
Good. How you doing, Bo?
Good, good.
This is Steve Markey.
Steve, nice to meet you.
Mr. Chad right here.
All right.
And
You coming all the way from Texas?
All the way from Texas.
That's a long way to get up that little hill.
Yeah. It was kind of a long walk all the way up
Did you do a
here.
little high altitude acclimation training on one of the overpasses?
Yeah, we went on the tall bridge,
Okay.
about 30 feet high. And
That'll do it. You're all ready.
This
Yeah.
guy's a big skydiver and kind of likes to do a little bit of the, outdoorsy things and anything that's kind of adrenaline rush. He's the guy.
Skydiving. So you're like, are you leaning on God's help there?
Definitely. Most definitely, yes. Yeah, it's a good rush.
Yeah. His daughter died of cancer a few years ago, correct?
2 years ago.
2 years
yeah.
ago, and in fact, we're kind of right in that window of time where that happened.
Yeah.
But this is all about raising money for this cause, and of course he asked me, I think it was back in October, and we said, hey, let's join forces, Broman Expeditions and
Expedition for Hope.
Expedition for Hope.
Yeah, this is a good deal. I've often thought about what a metaphor climbing the rock was, because it's just this hard journey. Sometimes it feels like, where is the top of this thing? But you just keep pedaling. You just keep moving forward, and eventually you get to the top.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, that's a perfect metaphor
It
for
is.
solving a tough disease like this.
Yeah.
And also just about the attitude and the heart thing. You've lost a daughter. That's a big deal. But recognize, to me, the mountains are almost like a temple.
Yeah.
And it's a spiritual place.
Yeah.
Remembering that the daughter lives, and then God has left us here to work out the details for the next. Maybe we can do something for the next person.
Yeah.
But just generally, we climb mountains together as teams to help each other out.
Yeah, we got each other's back, right?
That's it. Well, thanks for your part. Thanks for coming along and your support.
Stoked to be
Yeah,
here.
I'm so glad that you're here. Yeah, this is gonna be a blast.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You guys ready to look at gear?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go take a look.
Oh yeah, there's my hats.
Broman Expeditions partnering up with Expedition for Hope.
There you go. That looks good.
Huh?
There you go.
See, I make this look good. Oh, nice and cool down here.
Yeah. Now you think your pack is small. That's mine.
Wow, yeah. Man, you've learned to really
Compact.
compact your stuff, huh?
Right. And this is the Nalgene bottle that I was telling you about. My yellow Nalgene.
There's his yellow.
There's my yellow Nalgene.
Okay. Don't drink out of this.
Don't drink out of this one.
You just understand that.
So we're going to basically be coming up this windy road right here and heading to Timberline Lodge. and we're going to go up. We're going to hit the last, I think it's the last chairlift, and we'll go probably another 500 feet or so up and put in our high camp probably right there. The idea is we're doing about 2,500 feet up to here the first day, and we're doing another 25 feet up to the summit the second day. So about 5,000 feet of elevation gain over the day and a half. And then we're going to cross up and then head up to the pearly gates. We're going to go around the pearly gates and then get on the summit at 11,200 feet.
I didn't think there was a way around the pearly gates. I thought you had to go through them.
Well, that's if we don't make it on the mountain, then we actually go through the pearly gates.
Not being able to go over the wall.
No. In this case, we're going around the pearly gates. Eventually, you'll be going through them, but not on this trip. Lord willing. Okay, Lord willing.
Right.
So if I get a lift ticket, can I just meet you guys right here?
You can.
Yeah.
You can, if you want to do that.
Bring us some Chick-fil-A if you would.
All
We
right.
are having way too much fun, y'all.
There's a word that anybody goes through cancer or with somebody in a cancer journey understands, and it's called scanxiety. You go through the scans, the MRI, the CTs, and you're waiting for the results, and you're waiting. And Dr. Thompson was, first thing he did every time he came in is joke around with Kristina, always. He'd say, "Hey girl, what's going on?" And sometimes when it's not good news, and you know it's coming, he would say, look to a couple of the nurses, "Hey, would you take Kristina out and play this game with her? And I'm going to talk to her mom and dad." And we're like, okay. Yeah, that's scanxiety. And when you've battled anxiety issues before already, those things can be heightened.
There's a base. We are driving up towards this mountain, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, it's huge, and it's just massive, and I'm gonna climb that thing. You can see Hogsback Ridge there in the middle, just below the summit. That's the last part we'll go up, then we'll go straight up from there into the summit. Early tomorrow morning. Let's do this.
Okay, huddle up.
Yeah, let's pray.
Father God, I want to thank you for this day, beautiful day to be climbing Mount Hood, God. I just pray that you would guide every step, every thought, everything that happens in the next few days on this mountain. And God, you're the guide. So we're going to trust you, and we're going to ask for clear minds. We're going to ask for strong bodies. We're going to ask you that you help us get on the top of this mountain and get off safely. So if it be your will, get us up there tomorrow and then back down in this parking lot.
Amen.
Amen.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. I think I'm going this way.
Well, I'm gonna go that way.
The mountain is just there. It's right in front of us, and I'm thinking, man, it's just warm. It's so warm outside, and we're loading up with all this gear and heavy sleeping bags. Mine is 12 degree rated, and we're making our hike. And I'm in the dirt, and I can't wait to get in the snow, because I feel like the snow is like, now I'm really there.
See what you mean? I'm just finding your groove.
Yeah, you gotta just kind of plow along.
Yeah.
Get your breathe in.
Yeah.
The first hour of hiking up this, I feel like I can run this. I'm just so excited. I mean, I'm so excited to be there. And Jeff is telling me, take your time, pace yourself. Trust me, it's gonna get difficult.
Kristina was put on a new drug. The doctors said that in some patients it may turn their hair white, but they don't think it would do that to her. she went bald in the chemotherapy a couple years before that, and but this one, her hair's going to go white, they said. Well, they said hers, it may not. And so she shows up at a checkup, and she goes, "Oh, excuse me, I want to show you something. Look at this," and her roots were coming in white, so she had a lot of fun with that. 11-year-old girl dyeing her hair her natural color, or else it's going gray.
I mean, I shouldn't even be alive, dude, much less doing this. But it just goes to show that God can take something that is terrible and make it beautiful. And I've been down that dark road you're talking about, and I never want to go back there again.
Yeah.
God hasn't given me permission to worry about my future.
Right.
He's given me the grace to deal with this step, with this day.
Yeah.
And He promises grace for my future.
Right.
So those are truths that I'm learning to hold on to. That makes this senseless tragedy a beautiful story.
And so you see this gigantic mountain in front of you, and that's kind of like, when we got that call on August 23rd, 2010, "I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Barrett, your daughter has cancer." There was our mountain. It's overwhelming. How are we going to do this? How are we going to climb this? And parents face this mountain every day. And a new parent every day hears those words, "Your child has cancer." So a cancer journey to me is just like climbing a mountain.
Just one step at a time. It's called rest stepping. And pressure breathing. Helps with the altitude.
We're probably, 4,000 or 5,000 feet up, and my lower right quad just starts cramping up pretty bad.
Cramping up. Oh, it's painful. It's right here. It's just knotting up. Cramp!
Kristina's coming out of the surgery where they took the bone out, and we're in the recovery room, and a lot of times they say when kids wake up from anesthesia, they're usually grumpy, and Kristina was, and so she's waking up, and she's real grumpy and crying, and my wife is standing on the other side of the bed, and she's crying, and I just remember looking at my daughter, and I was like, I don't feel anything. I don't feel nothing. There she is. And, there wasn't anxiety, but there should have been something.
It's when you try and look and see how far we got to go, especially when it's the unknown, we don't know what's going to happen. It's so overwhelming. We begin to think there's no way I can do this.
You know what the good Lord says? He says, one day at a time, because today has enough troubles of its own. And this is the same philosophy, except it's one step at a time. Let's get to the top of this little piece here. We'll take a little 10-minute break without packs.
Forget Lamont's class, climb a mountain. Okay, I think we're live. I wonder if my friends are watching. Hey everybody, this is Chad Barrett. We are on Mount Hood. We started about how long ago?
7 o'clock, 12:30.
We started some time ago, and it's been going great. Taking a little lunch break here. I think you can see the mountain in the background. That's where we're going. This is how far we've come. And plan is we're going to go up
I don't know, a few more hours and make high camp. I don't know if you can see the chair lifts up there. That may be too small for you guys to see down there. But we're going to make high camp above that, up in them rocks. And then you can see the tip. That's where we're going.
I was in Indiana speaking at a conference, and I'm in my hotel room, and the phone rings, and it says unknown. And anytime it says unknown, I know that that is a doctor, and I know that they just did scans, and I'm away this time, and I'm just waiting. Okay, what are the results? What are the results? This anxiety is just building. And the doctor said, "Are you sitting down?" And he sounded cheerful. I said, "Well, I am now." And he says, "I want to read the results to you." And I can't remember what it said word for word, but basically he said the cancer is gone. I mean, the cancer that was in her lungs were wiped out. I mean, the cancer she had was a death sentence because it had already spread to her lungs by the time they knew what was going on, and it was just gone. And I just fell apart. I said, "Can you read that to me again?" You know, a cancer doctor never really says the words cancer-free. But that was a really good day. That was a really good day.
I can hear Kristina say, "Come on, Daddy. Thrive, not just survive."
I'm getting thirsty. It's amazing because you're up in the snow and it's getting cold. It's getting cooler the higher we get. And I got a Camelback and got the tube, and I'm out of breath, and it's hard to take a drink because you're so out of breath. So you put the tube in your mouth and you take a drink, and it's like, I want to drink so bad, but I want to breathe so bad too. So
It's weird because he's not that far away, but he's far away. It's all a matter of perspective.
2 words in my family that are not allowed anymore is "I can't." That's the motivation we have for life now.
Feeling that altitude?
I'm just taking a breath.
I hear you.
Oh, it feels good. Get that off. Man, these one steps, just step at a time. But we're doing it. We're getting there. We're getting to the top of this thing. A little pain. It's good for you, right?
Welcome to high camp, gentlemen. Strip your packs off, take a load off, drink up.
Hey guys, so we made high camp here. So I'll let you look around. It's not really much of anything, but you see that rock? We're trying to figure out where the best place to carve out our high camp. We're about 8,760 feet about. So what we're gonna do is we'll have shovels. We'll carve out a flat place in the snow, and the door of our tent will be facing downhill. The wall would be facing up, so we can roll out of bed, and hopefully we might stop rolling at the bottom, and then we'll have to start all over again.
I've camped so many times in my life, but I've never had to carve out of snow on the side of a mountain. And so we're getting some shovels, we're carving into the side of the mountain, pulling out a bunch of snow, and building up a ledge and making a platform. This is a lot of fun. This is a great learning experience. We need to get rest tonight. We've got to get some sleep. Tomorrow is going to be a different day, and we're going to have a lot of energy. The weather's changing, the wind is picking up really badly, and I know the winds are probably going to keep us from sleeping deeply. November of 2013 is when I got that phone call that cancer is gone. And the next summer she had another scan, probably 3rd or 4th scan since the big celebration day. And it came back. And it came back fiercely. My wife and I are sitting in the dreadful conference room where doctors say painful things to parents. And she showed us the scan, and she said, see all these spots, and they're all on her spine, on her bones. So yeah, she goes, that's the cancer. I remember saying, are you sure? I mean, are you sure? Can we do another scan? You know, how do you know that's cancer? How do you know it's not something else? And she's Chad, it's the cancer. It's come back. And it's spreading fast.
Okay, here we are making water out of Mount Hood snow.
We're a little bit concerned that we don't have enough fuel to make water, and obviously how we make water is from the mountain snow, so we need fuel to melt the snow.
Just kind of scoop it off like this, and underneath there is good snow. So we got water. Water's good.
It's clean enough, drinks well, still a little bit of floaties, but not too bad, nothing I can't handle. Pulp, we call it pulp. It's mountain pulp, all right? I just coined the new term.
It's rather dirty.
We're noticing some clouds swirling pretty intensely at the summit, and it's kind of scary looking. And so I asked Jeff, and Jeff said, yeah, that's usually an indication that bad weather's coming.
Mm-hmm. If you look at these cloud structures right now, they're what they call lenticulars, and usually when you see this sort of cloud structure, it means that there's weather moving in. Okay, so I don't know for sure. I mean, I heard the report, you know, for tomorrow, and it basically was cloudy with a slight chance of rain. But up here, that's probably unlikely. So what I'll say is we just got to play it by ear, kind of see what happens over the night. I'll get up in the morning, see how high the winds are. We'll just kind of see what happens. Usually there's wind involved too when weather's moving in. And so on mountains sort of create their own weather. Mount Hood does, Rainier does, all the big 14ers create their own weather. And you can see with those weird clouds up there, if you just take
circular.
Yeah, they're kind of circular around the summit. It is telling me there's some stuff moving in.
So this has been pretty epic day today, and I'm pretty exhausted. It's I think we climbed about 3,000 plus feet in just a few hours, and man, each step, I mean, my legs are just screaming at me, stop, 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 you know, and but you just got to keep going, and just got to keep going. I look back so far and see where God has taken me, and one of the reasons why I love climbing this mountain is, you know, you're going step by step by step, and your legs are screaming, but you're not stopping, and you're still going and still going. And after a while, you look behind you and you see how far you've come. It's like, wow, look what we did. And then you look ahead and you go, I can go that far. I can go to the summit.
Kristina got to have her make-a-wish. It was amazing. Of all the things she had the opportunity to choose, she and her mom tried to think of something that would really beat Kristina, you know. She wanted to be a character in a VeggieTale movie, a video, and she got it. And so we flew to Nashville, stayed for a week, was picked up in a limo, brought down to Franklin, spent the whole day with Larry Boy and all the friends, and she got to do a voiceover and have a few lines, and in a VeggieTale video. League of Extraordinary Vegetables is what it was. And she's a little girl pea. It was so much fun. We had so much fun. A lot of celebrations. Celebrating those little things. Celebrating life. Celebrating.
It's hard to sleep. I'm not falling into a deep enough sleep. I keep waking up. The wind has really picked up pretty crazy, and our tent's going back and forth, and it feels like somebody's pushing their foot up and down on it, and just a big foot too, up and down on it. I hear Steve and Jeff murmuring and talking and stuff, and so I check the time. It's around 2 a.m., maybe 2:15, and I'm trying to get my body out of my sleeping bag. It's kind of difficult because it's really cold now, and I'm not a big fan of the cold. I gotta be honest with you, my legs are a little tired, but I feel like my adrenaline is just carrying me. I'm so excited. I mean, I got a smile on my face. Jeff is leading the pack, and we're doing zigzags up this mountain. But I'm having a blast right now. I'm so excited. I love the fact that we can't see where we're going.
And I remember, for so long I'm believing she's going to be cured of this. She's going to be healed of this. She's going to be okay. Why not believe that? For 4 years, that cancer stayed at bay in her lungs, unchanged. For 4 years, God gave us that time to change us, to really focus on our character. For 4 years, it was like climbing a mountain. It was one step at a time, and some of these steps were really, really painful. And you hope the summit's going to be all you want it to be. But that day it wasn't. It wasn't.
So the higher we're getting on the mountain, the steeper it is getting. And there's enough light here that we can see a pretty good drop off. I've always been thrilled with heights, so there's a part of me that I really want to get as close enough to it as I can to see, and I think Jeff would be pretty upset if I did that. This lady walks by and she's got 2 dogs with her, and one of the dogs has 3 legs, and we're about 10,500 feet at this point. And so one of those dogs with 3 legs, I'm thinking, that dog can do this. With 3 legs, I have no excuse.
And we're sitting in that conference room, and I'm holding Melissa's hand. And the doctor says, I'm sorry, there is nothing we can do. I remember asking, well, how long are we talking about? I mean, I'm crying and I'm trying to get the words out, I'm just trying to be real strong. And so we brought her home on hospice. And we converted the dining room to her bed. Her room is upstairs, and she couldn't, to move any part of her body was painful. So she's in a wheelchair. She's weak. She's frail. And she's still smiling. She helps paint. She wanted to help paint her bedroom. The dining room was converted totally to her bedroom. So we don't know how much time we were going to have left. Days, months. We have no idea. clear cell sarcoma is just such an unknown. And she's in her wheelchair and she's got the roller and she's helping us paint her room. May 30th comes around and that's her birthday. Invite a handful of special friends over. We go see a movie. Her blood count is low, so she's making her really sleepy, and so she drank a full thing of Coke to try and stay awake in the movie, and then she had to go to the bathroom, and she helped bake her own cake. An Oreo cake. Oreos and Skittles. That was her birthday. We're realizing that the weather has changed drastically. It's there's winter-like conditions. The temperature has dropped considerably, and there's a lot of snow that is turning to ice. We're now at a point where it's you make a choice. You either commit or you turn around and go back. So I look at a certain ice formation and say, okay, I can make it. That's about 10 feet up. And we're not roped up yet. And so I climb and make it to that. And then I look at another 10 feet ahead of me and I climb and make it to that. Then I try and take a rest, take some breaths. And the thing is, the only way you can rest is you're all of your weight is constantly on your calves. And I feel that calf muscle begin to give. And I start praying, God, please keep this muscle intact. I need this leg. I mean, we're halfway up, so whether we're going to get up or get down, I need my legs. And I turn back and I look back down, and it is just hundreds of feet drop, just hundreds of feet. And again, you have those mixed thoughts, those mixed emotions. That is a beautiful sight, just a gorgeous sight, just solid snow and ice, and but at the same time, you also have the thought, one slip of the foot, and we are tumbling down. You don't survive falls like that. So I'm going faster and going faster, and I make it to the top of this ridge, and I feel like Rocky at the top of the stairs, and then we begin to think, okay, we're up here, we made it, and it's just what I wanted. It's just what I hoped for. It was everything I was wanting in a feeling that we worked. I love the idea of working so hard that you don't think you can go another inch, but you push yourself 5 more inches. And you don't think you can go another step, but you push yourself 10 more steps. And you do that for a long time, and you go so farther than you think you could ever go, and then you reach your goal, and you make your mark, and you've done it. The sense of accomplishment was overwhelming to me. So we brought her home on hospice. And next 2 weeks were, no one slept more than a couple hours at a time. I mean, we all took turns, Melissa and me. My parents came in, her parents came in, our brothers, sisters, and their families. I felt like we were nearing the summit of this bad mountain, and we're just we used to take it scan to scan. And then we took it week to week. And then we took it day to day. The step at a time up this bad mountain was, then it got hour to hour. And it got breath to breath. Now I remember with this hand on her chest, and I felt her last heartbeat. And you know, that's been the most painful moment in my entire life. But I can't explain that there was a peace and a strength there that I mean, I screamed loud, no. I screamed so loud, no.
How's my hair? My hair's messed up, isn't it?
Yep, look great.
It's pretty wild. But that was a wild trip. We did it, Steve. We summited that mountain. Man, that was epic. That was hard. So I see the chute, and it's probably 5-6 feet wide, and it's kind of like this. But it's steeper than the 45 degrees, so it's at least 50-degree incline. And it's not snow, it's ice. I mean, this is June, but this is winter-like conditions. So it's ice, and so it's ice axe in the wall, step.
Kick steps.
Kick step.
Oh, and did
kick
we
step.
mention something about the bad knees?
We both have bad knees.
Both have bad knees.
Yeah. My right knee is
But
angry with me.
You're not thinking about your knees.
No, you're not.
Well, there was something that let's share a little vignette. This would have normally have freaked me out a little bit because it's somebody, I'm responsible for somebody's life, and I hadn't done this route before, and it's not even the way the route was described to me. This is much more severe than anything was described, but I think maybe there was the hand of God was touching us just a little bit, because I didn't feel anxious and freaked out. I just felt like I can work through this. You just keep working through this.
Yeah.
And that was a blessing to me.
Yeah, same here.
You know, after Kristina died, I'm just going to say that I can't explain it, and maybe to many of you it's not going to sound right, but I'm just going to tell you the truth. I know this sounds bad, but I changed. In some ways, I've changed into a man of grief, and I'm dealing with that. And people deal with that in different ways. But in some other ways, I felt like myself again from back when I was a kid. I felt like me again. The anxiety and depression didn't have its stranglehold on me anymore. And the negative what-if questions were now replaced with positive can-dos, and my spirit of life, my spirit of adventure and real life, returned and grew.
Chad, my man, what's up? What's going on today? What are we doing?
We're jumping out of an airplane. This is my boy Jonathan.
What's up? What's up? So, what's the occasion today?
Today we're jumping for my daughter Kristina, who's now with Jesus.
Oh.
Yep, this is Jumps for Kristina that we're doing today, so we're excited about that. Got a lot of friends coming out.
Perfect. All right, so how high are we going to take you today?
14,000 feet.
14,000 feet, that's pretty high. And how fast are we going?
120 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. You ever drive that fast?
No.
Good answer.
No, never have.
Good answer.
Get there.
Hey, buddy, how we doing?
Hey,
when she died, there was a smile on her face. I mean, she was gone. And her face stayed with a smile. That's how she left. That's how she lived. That's how. That's how she wants us to live.
I mean, I'm thinking of little girls and little boys right now. You know, the things, the mountains that they're climbing and the difficulty that they're going through and the experiences they have from it, the good experiences, the bad experiences, the rough times, but they're pushing through.
There's a lot more humid and warm than Houston in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Of course, it's beautiful in Texas too. They got rights running. What are you laughing at?
You.
Yeah, run.
Because now you're all serious. It's a camera.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no.
Well, I mean, the best word that comes to my mind is epic. Because here we are driving home, and I look back and I think of what we did. And what we did is one of the craziest and most amazing experiences I've had. And part of it was because it was so ridiculously difficult. It was so hard. And my muscles are sore, my back is sore, and even my fingers hurt from jamming the ice axe into the ice. But they're all like souvenirs, you know. Are we home yet?
I tasted fire, I'm ready to come alive. I can't just shut it up and fake that I'm alright. I'm ready now, I'm not waiting for the afterlife. I'll let it burn the way the sunlight burns my skin. The way I feel inside, the way the day begins. I'm ready now, I'm not waiting for the other side. I'm ready now, 'cause every day the world is made a chance to change, but I feel the same, and I wonder why would I wait.
Going through all the physical training for this, it was, you know, really push myself hard. And the times where I get so exhausted and so tired, you know, I can hear Kristina in my mind saying, "You got this, Dad. Come on, just a little bit further, just a little bit further." And that's the same thing how it was on that old chute, that old ice wall we went up. Come on, Daddy, just a little bit further. Thrive, Dad. You can do this. Just a little bit further. So yeah, she was with me. She was with me.
Forever